Hello guys, welcome to the Harvard Lab. My name is Babatunde Arolo, and today we're going to be talking about solving an exponential equation by using logarithms. Okay, so in this case, we're going to be giving questions based on exponents, right? We're going to work with exponents, and we're going to use logarithms in this case to find the variable that we're asked to look for. Okay, so in this case, we're asked to solve for x. Okay, so we're going to have to solve x, and the only way that we can do that is by using the logarithm function. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So this is solve for x in the equation below, and then round your answer to the nearest hundred. Do not round any intermediate computations. So this is 7 to the power x plus 5 equals 11. Okay, so in these type of questions, when I'm giving this type of questions, right, this kind of looks like a dead end. The question itself looks like a dead end, right? But don't let it scare you or anything. Don't let it panic you. Whenever you're given this type of questions, the first step you want to take is you want to find the logarithm of both sides. Okay, so you want to find the logarithm of what one side gives you at the other side, right? So because if whatever we do at this side, we have to do at this side also. We can't just do here and then just leave it here. We have to find the logarithm of both sides. Okay, so that's basically saying log 7 to the power x plus 5 equals log 11. Okay, so now we've found the logarithm of both sides, right? And now the next step is you're going to ask yourself, are there any exponents attached? Exponents basically means powers. So let's say we have something raised to the power something. Let's say we have 8 to the power 2. This is an exponent. Okay, because we're working with power, the power of 2 in this case, right? But since we're working with a power generally, that means it's an exponent. Okay, so we're working with x plus 5 as the power here. So generally, this means we're working with exponent. And whenever we're dealing with exponents and logarithms, right, we always want to put the exponents at the front of the logarithm. So we're going to use that exponent to multiply the logarithm itself. Okay, so let's say this is x plus 5, right? X plus 5 is the exponent, right? So we have to take x plus 5 to the front here and multiply that by log 7. Okay, so and put that out. This is x plus 5 times log 7, log 7 equals log 11. Okay, so now we've got this. We've got x plus 5 times log 7 equals log 11, but we're not asked to find x plus 5, we're asked to find x only, right? Okay, so let's now we can start to just think of this as a normal equation. Now we can start like working with this type of question as normal equations. Okay, so this is x plus 5 equals, if you have log 7 here, right? Basically this is x plus 5 times log 7. We have to divide both sides by log 7, right? So when we divide both sides by log 7, this is log 7. When we divide both sides by log 7, this is log 11 divided by log 7. Okay, so if you divide here by log 7, here it gets cancelled out. Okay, so this is x plus 5 equals log 11 divided by log 7. Okay, so when we're dealing with this kind of logarithm stuff, we can't do that from our head. So we got to use a calculator in this case. So we're gonna ask ourselves, what is log 11? Log 11 divided by log 7. That is 1.232. Okay, so we have to put that down. This is 1.232. Okay, so cancel this. Okay, 1.232. And now we're gonna have to remove 5 from this, okay, because now I have to find x plus 5. So in order for us to remove 5, we have to subtract 5 from both sides of the equation. That's saying x plus 5 minus 5 equals 1.232 minus 5. It says plus 5 minus 5, that's a 0. It says x plus 0 equals So now we have to find 1.232 minus 5. 1.232 minus 5 minus 3.768. Okay, plus minus 3.768. Okay, so this is x equals minus 3.768. So this is the value for x, right? But we have to find, because based on the question, we're asked to round our answer to the nearest hundred. Okay, and 100 basically means the second digit after the decimal point. So you see this decimal point here? This is the decimal point. The second digit after is the 6. So we're going to have to round 6. Basically, that's what we're going to ask to do. We're going to have to round 6, right? And now for us to round 6, we're going to have to ask yourself, what is the number after 6 in the answer? So the number after 6 based on this answer is 8, right? And we're going to have to ask yourself, is that 8, is it greater than 5? Or is it greater than or equals to 5? Or is it less than 5, right? 8 is greater than 5, okay? And since it's greater than 5, that means you can add 1 to this 6, right? And when we add 1 to the 6, we cancel out every other thing, including the 8. So we cancel out the 8 and every other thing, they automatically become 0, right? But if, for example, 8 wasn't 8, it was 3. 3 is less than 5. And since 3 is less than 5, we can't add 1. But the 3 and every other thing behind 3 gets cancelled out, right? But in this case, 8 is greater than 5. So we add 1 to 6 and then cancel out 8 and whatever that's behind it. So this is equals minus 3.77. Okay, so that should be the answer. 0.77. Check that. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at more practice. We're gonna apply the same concept we used in this question, in the previous question. We're gonna apply the same concept in this question. So we're asked to solve for y in this case, okay? And feel free to pause the video if you like, and if you just want to test the knowledge, and just feel free to pause. Okay, so let me go to the video. Let me go to the question. This question says, we have to find y. Basically, this is 11 to the power minus 3y equals 2. Okay, and the first step, remember the first step based on the first example I gave was we have to find the logarithm of both sides. Okay, so for us to find the logarithm of both sides, we just multiply logarithms, because whenever we find the logarithm of both sides, that means the questions becomes more solvable, right? There are plenty of rules that follow from logarithms that we can use in this type of scenarios. So this is log 11 to the power minus 3y equals log 2. Okay, so remember those rules I was talking about, this time they come in handy. Okay, so since we're dealing with exponents, right? This is the exponents minus 3y. We have to bring this minus 3y to the front over here, right? It's the same thing we did over here. We brought out the exponent was x plus 5. We brought it to the front here. And so when we bring that to the front, we multiply that by log 11, which is equals to log 2. Okay? But in order for us to do that, it would be better if we just divide both sides by log 11 and then let log 2 and log 11 work their differences. Okay, so this is basically how you would work any other question, any other equation you're given to us. So if you say 5y equals 15, in order for us to remove to remove 5 from y, all we have to do is divide both sides by 5, right? So that's the same thing we're going to do here. Log 11 is attached to minus 3y. And now for us to remove log 11, we have to divide both sides by log 11. Okay, this is log 2 divided by log 11. So when we do that, these two cancel out. This is minus 3y equals log 2 divided by log 11. So now the calculator comes in handy. So let me put that in. Log 2 log 2 divided by log 11. So this is 0.289. Okay, so equals to 0.289. Okay, and now all we have to do, the next step that we have to take, is we have to divide both sides by -3. Okay, so it's the same thing with the same concept with this example I gave. All we have to do is divide both sides by -3 now for us to find y in this case. So when we divide both sides by -3, that's basically saying um 0.289 divided by -3 minus 0.096. Okay, all right, so when we divide both sides by -3, this is y equals minus 0.096, then 3 and whatever. Okay, so in this case we're asked to round the answer to the nearest hundredth. Okay, and the hundredth basically means the second digit after the decimal point. Okay, so the second digit after the decimal point is 9. Right, I'm going to ask yourself, what's the number after the second digit? Right, the number after the second digit is 6 here. It's 6 here, right? And so we're going to have to ask yourself, is that number, which is 6 in this case, is that number greater than or less than 5? So if that number is greater than 5, which in this case it is, we're going to have to add 1 to the second digit, which in this case is 9, and then we remove whatever we have from here. Basically, we remove 6, and whatever is behind 6, everything turns into a 0 automatically, except from the first 2 digits in front. Okay, so when we add 9 to this, when we add 1 to 9, 1 plus 9 is basically a 10, right? But we're not going to put a 10 in here, right? Basically all we're going to do is we're going to have to take that 10, we're going to put in the 10, and then we're going to put it in here, basically, right? So this is going to be equals to y equals to minus 0.10. Okay, so we took in the 9 plus 1, we took that 1, and then we added it here instead. So this is basically saying 1, 0. Okay, so this is the same thing as y equals minus 0.10. So this is rounded to the nearest hundredth. This is minus 0.10. Let's check that out. Correct. Okay, so thank you very much for watching the video, and I really hope they helped you out. Yeah, have a nice day ahead.